Confidential gift, family jabs, and sneaker legacy. Deion Sanders sends daughter Shalomi a rare Nike drop amid Shedeur fake shoe drama. In the world of sports, Deion Sanders needs no introduction. His legacy stretches from gridirons to baseball diamonds, and from locker rooms to social media timelines. He's a Hall of Famer, a marketing icon, and now, perhaps more importantly, the heart and soul of his family, especially when it comes to keeping the Prime legacy alive through his children. But sometimes, that legacy is carried not through touchdowns or championship wins, but through sneakers. And this month, the Prime family story was once again on full display, not on the football field, but on Instagram, where a single post from Deion's daughter Shalomi sparked attention across the sports and sneaker world. The gift? A rare, not yet released pair of the legendary Nike Air Diamond Turf 92s, the very shoe line that Deion Sanders helped make iconic in the 90s, sent to her directly from her father. But this was no ordinary gift. This was confidential. A legacy in laces, the rise, fall, and revival of Nike's Diamond Turf. To understand the weight of the gift, we need to rewind to 1992. That's when Deion Sanders first inked his contract with Nike. At the time, Primetime was one of the few athletes who could seamlessly play both professional baseball and football, and he was doing so with flair. He was sprinting through NFL games with the Atlanta Falcons and sprinting around MLB bases with the Atlanta Braves. Deion Sanders was bigger than any one sport. He was a cultural movement. So when Nike signed him for a relatively modest $250,000, especially compared to other sneaker deals being handed out, it raised eyebrows. But the agreement was strategic. It included the option for a lucrative bump in compensation after just 6 months, provided Sanders' brand proved valuable. Unsurprisingly, it did. And what followed was a groundbreaking line of footwear: the Air Diamond Turf, the Nike Air Diamond Turf 2, and the Nike Air DT Max 96, all of which became streetwear staples and football icons. Then came a lull. For years, the once famous line fell out of rotation. But in 2024, as Deion's name reemerged into public prominence through his coaching success at Colorado and the rise of his sons Shedeur and Shilo, Nike wisely decided to tap back into the magic. The revival was more than successful. The newly designed Colorado home, Colorado away, and Ravens editions flew off the shelves, with the Ravens edition selling out within 10 minutes on the Nike SNKRS app. The Sanders brand was back, and hotter than ever. The Prime family's new sneaker era, gifting the next generation, with Deion Sanders Jr. also stepping into the game with his own version of the Diamond Turf 92s, featuring a sleek black body accented with white and red. It was clear the Diamond Turf wasn't just a shoe anymore. It was now a family heirloom. That brings us to Shalomi Sanders. The youngest of Deion's kids, Shalomi is charting her own athletic path. A promising basketball player at Alabama A&M, she may not yet share the same national spotlight as her brothers, but her father clearly has big plans for her. And when a special white colorway of the Nike Air Diamond Turf 92 was gifted to her in advance of the official release, it came wrapped in not just high-end packaging, but family history. The box. It featured a nostalgic photograph of Deion from his prime playing years and a bold stamp that read "Confidential." Inside, tucked next to the shoes, was a receipt, a symbolic nod that these weren't just any sneakers. They were exclusive. They were personal. They were Prime. Shalomi shared a snap of her gift on her Instagram stories, and it didn't take long for sneakerheads and sports fans to take notice. Guess what came in the email? A sneaker haul to remember. And this wasn't the only sneaker surprise Shalomi received. Weeks earlier, she posted a sneak peek into a mail haul that had the internet talking. 3 different versions of her father's iconic signature collection were lined up perfectly in the photo. It included the Air Diamond Turf 93 in a striking metallic gold and black, a nod to the San Francisco 49ers. The Air DT Max 96 in timeless black and white. And the classic red, black, and white Air Diamond Turf that cemented Deion's brand back in the day. The caption? Guess what came in the email? The message was clear. Even though Shalomi is focused on her final season at Alabama A&M, she's still very much a part of the Sanders legacy. And with her father's shoes on her feet, both literally and metaphorically. She's stepping into greatness her own way. Brotherly banter or family feud. Shilo vs. Shedeur and the fake Cleats allegation. But while Shalomi was basking in a moment of sneaker glory, her brothers, Shilo and Shedeur, were at it again, this time with a hilarious, but oddly intense, war of words over shoes. Shilo Sanders, now settling into his new chapter with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, recently had a moment on camera where he couldn't help but throw shade at his younger brother. Shedeur's are fake, Shilo claimed, speaking directly to the camera. He gets them painted. He gets them made. The target? Shedeur's orange cleats, a staple in his Cleveland Browns training camp appearances. Shilo doubled down, adding that the shoes weren't genuine Nike Diamond Turfs, even though Shedeur insisted they were authentic. And while it could have ended there, the drama spiraled into classic family roasting territory. Shedeur, never one to back down, responded with proof, showing off his collection, talking about exclusive releases, and insisting that his sneakers were as real as it gets. But Shilo wasn't budging. "I want the real one," he said bluntly, mocking the supposed paint job on his brother's cleats. And then came the twist. Deion himself joined in on the joke. Whether he was fanning the flames or simply enjoying the banter, the patriarch of the family found himself refereeing a sibling rivalry that turned into a full-blown meme fest. Why this moment matters, more than just shoes. It would be easy to chalk all of this up to celebrity kids playing dress-up with expensive sneakers. But it's much more. For Deion Sanders, gifting Shalomi these sneakers wasn't just about giving her a cool pair of shoes. It was about anchoring her in the family story, reminding her, as she finishes her college journey, that she belongs to something powerful. A legacy built on excellence, flair, and undeniable impact. For Shilo and Shedeur, their sneaker spat isn't just trolling. It reflects how deeply the Diamond Turf identity has embedded itself in their lives. Their father didn't just leave them a name. He left them a brand, a signature, and a cultural symbol that they each relate to and sometimes fight over in their own way. And for fans, this is storytelling at its finest. It's a front-row seat to a family saga, told through cleats, Instagram stories, and emotional subtext. The future of the Diamond Turf line and the Sanders legacy. With Nike continuing to expand the Diamond Turf reissues and the Sanders family more engaged than ever, the story is far from over. More colorways are expected to drop. Rumors swirl about collaborations with Shilo and Shedeur. And with Coach Prime continuing to dominate headlines, whether through football or fashion, the stage is set for the next evolution of the Diamond Turf. In a world where sports and branding collide more than ever, the Sanders family stands at the intersection, laughing, roasting, and gifting along the way. And somewhere at Alabama A&M, Shalomi is lacing up her exclusive sneakers, smiling to herself, knowing that she's not just part of the legacy, she's helping shape its future.